I'll do coffee first. Salute.
Welcome back to the Bhavcast. Today we got Philadelphia comedian and the host of South Philly Spots. Please welcome the Italian gentleman himself, Steve Rinaldi.
I look here. It don't matter.
This one is if you want to talk directly to the people.
All right. Hello, people. This is dope, man. You live right. We're taping right near where I dropped out of school.
Oh my god!
I mean, if you drop out of community college, it's pretty big. That shouldn't shock anybody as you continue to listen. But I like the glasses set up, by the way.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I want to present the best looking self of everyone to the internet.
Well, I didn't know it was a BYOG. Bring your own glasses.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
You know, I forgot.
He provided me with this. Yeah. You know, all the Italians watching, they're like, "That's a disgrace. What is he wearing right now?" You know.
Yeah, you know, these glasses are actually from Italy.
Are they?
Yeah, these Hawker sunglasses.
Let's see if they're a good look.
Yeah, they are. Look.
I didn't jump on the. You just handed them to me before we started taping. I gotta see.
Yeah, I gave Steve the blue version of my black ones.
Funny. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, you look great, dude.
All right.
Yeah, I would fuck you if I was gay.
My man. All right. And I like the background here.
Yeah.
You're a big Jordan guy, I'm assuming?
I have 2 pairs of Jordans.
Okay.
I bought them when I first moved into Philadelphia because, you know, I am someone that, what's that word? Fucking, man, what's that word? Adapts to my environment.
Oh, why? Because where you were from,
I was just from the
lot.
Suburbs, you know what I mean? I didn't have any Jordans, but, you know.
So, like, growing up, it wasn't like white tees, jeans.
No, I just, you know.
Air Forces. You didn't wear Air Forces?
No, I wore the same pair of shoes from Payless from, like, 1st grade to like 7th grade. Like every year, I would just go up in size and just get that same exact shoe from Payless.
First to 7, but I'm saying, what happened in high school?
Oh, okay, I guess I was more of like I skateboarded, so I wore like more like skater shoes,
like Vans,
and Nikes. Nikes I sticked for a long time.
In my mid-20s, I started hanging with a dude from the burbs, and it was before I met my wife. I started. Yeah, I was living upstate New York.
Yeah.
I know you're linked to there. And I was just dressing so 2008, 2009 still. And at the time, it was like the late it was like 2016, 2018, around that time.
Yeah.
And he got me in the Vans. I started rocking the high tops with like the brown gel bottom.
Okay.
They're nice.
Yeah.
I like Vans.
I like
I don't
Vans
know if
too.
they're stylish anymore, but for a while I was wearing them.
No, Vans will never, I don't think, ever go out of fashion. They're like one of the staples of American fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the only Vans I rock are the slip-on Vans, the white slip-ons.
I got to see them. Hopefully with this clip pop up.
Yeah. I'll
have to
post-edit
Google
it here. Or unless you want me to go over there and just throw it at you.
Either way is fine. Well, now that I have a kid and I'm married, fashion, dead.
Yo, yeah.
Like, it's weird because most Italian men are very vain about their hair and their way they look and shape, their body, what they're I don't know what happened. I can only speak for myself. Once I had a family of my own, I just started making all these like really uncomfortable, rational decisions. I don't buy any new clothes.
Yep.
My wife had to force me to get my hair cut the other day. This is like my first fresh haircut.
Yeah,
in like
noticed.
7-8 months. I was just growing it. People were like commenting my Facebook and Instagram saying, "When are you gonna get your hair cut?" Like, it was just crazy.
That. Yeah, I'm at that stage right now too. I'm like letting it go, and I'm like,
But you're a single guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's. I feel like that's becoming more. Women are more appealed to that now.
Well, I think it was because of the whole like Phillies almost going to the World Series, like that fuckboy baseball haircut. You know what I mean? Like when they're winning, that haircut is in, right? Like right now, also that mustache is in right now. Like dudes just
the one that just like goes.
Yeah, the Shane Gillis mustache. You know, like a lot of people are rocking that mustache, and those. I always say like when you're single, the uglier you look, the hotter you look to women somehow.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And then when you get married and have children, they want you to look like this, like a nice dad. But when they have you,
I don't know if I give the dad vibe at all. But I'm telling you, even my decisions with like cars and stuff. Like I had a nice, fully loaded Grand Cherokee. I worked very hard for it.
Yeah.
It was from the year that I purchased it, you know, and then when that lease came up, shit. Now I'm driving a Rav4. Like I'm making all these very smart, rational decisions because the way Italian men think is, I had a daughter. I'm already thinking about how am I going to pay for a wedding. Mm-hmm. Not even the college.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the party. That's sick.
That is.
You
But
know?
you know, like that's as a dad, like that's that's your duty in life now. You know what I mean? To support this little girl and to be there for financially, and mentally, obviously, but financially is a big one.
Well, what is you think it's like that with most cultures?
I think so.
Yeah.
With, I mean, even Indian people too. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at my dad, you would think he's like poor as fuck, but you didn't know he worked at his own business for 16 and a half years. He doesn't dress flashy. You know what I mean? Like, the most successful people on planet Earth don't dress flashy because like once you get to a certain level, it's actually like you put a target on you. Like,
Yeah. I noticed that with some like famous rappers and stuff. Like when they first make it, they're rocking chains, they're watching like their watches, best top of the line clothes. Then it dies down a little bit. I mean, they still, come on, they live luxurious lives, but it definitely tones down a little bit.
Yeah, like Dr. Dre, when I was watching his one documentary with Jimmy Iovine, it's on HBO or some shit, but like Dr. Dre has literally the same outfit every day. Like he doesn't waste mental capacity on like what am I going to wear today? You know what I mean? He just has his black shirt, black pants, and like Air Force Ones or whatever.
Wait, that's the reason behind it?
Yeah. Like you only have so much mental capacity. If you think about your brain in the morning as a battery, like once you start thinking about bullshit, you're still wasting percentages. So, like start like taking tasks that are really like not important, like what clothes you wear, because like you're a comedian and what comes out of your mouth is more important. You know what I mean? And you start eliminating those tasks, start making them streamlined. Or like in the morning, I only eat oatmeal and banana. Like I don't eat, like that's it. Like I don't even think about breakfast
Every
anymore.
day?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you go out on a breakfast date, or you take mom or your sister,
Okay, now that's
you're
different.
gonna order what you want.
Well, then it's different. Like I'll order whatever's on the menu, but I'm just saying when I'm by myself, like on the work week days, you know what I mean? Like oatmeal and banana. I don't think about fucking what am I eating for breakfast on a Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just cut those decisions out of your life, and then you open up yourself to making more decisions.
Yeah, I'm already thinking about what I'm eating for breakfast tomorrow. It's 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You're educating me here. You have no idea.
My background is in industrial engineering, so that's like it's a basically streamlined guy.
How long did you go to school for that?
Just 4. It's just a 4-year degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight through.
Yeah.
No summer.
I did some summers because I did like poorly in some classes.
Okay, because I had a buddy. He went to school for engineering. He went straight through.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember how tough that was to be
Yeah.
a 23-year-old kid. All your friends are out partying. That's another thing about college. I mean, it's funny that it's coming from, but this is just my observation.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody that could stay focused before they're 25 years old and really do well, it takes a certain type of individual because, that's you look your best, you feel your best, you have all the energy in the world, and you're at that age where everybody's horny and wants to hump each other.
Yeah.
It's like if you could have good grades and get stuff out of that time in your life, shit. I was out partying every day.
Yeah, dude.
Before I was 25.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when you say 4 years through, like I did it in 4 years. Because like one semester I failed math, I would have to take like between the next semester, I would just take math during the summer. But I did it in 4. But I agree. Like my last semester, I was taking 22 credits because I wanted to finish in 4 years, so I didn't want to take a 5th. And I was still partying like 6 days a week
and getting good grades.
I got by. You know what I mean? They tell you when you go to Penn State, they tell you like you can either party, have a social life.
Penn State, Maine?
Yeah. So I just tiptoed through,
Let me tell you something. That's one of my biggest regrets. My boys, and I grew up around a bunch of Italian kids from the city in South Philly, and the one thing they would do is every couple months we had one friend of ours that my buddy met from. There was a Penn State college that wasn't really Penn State, but it was right outside of Philadelphia. I forget the name of it.
I think it's Altoon, not Abington.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Very close. It was like a half hour away. So a kid from South Philly that I graduated with in high school meets this really intelligent kid that has a dorm in Penn State, Maine.
Uh-huh.
So they start doing these trips every year.
Oh, yeah.
To where they go to football games and they just do like kegs and eggs, and it's like an all day event. And man, I never went. And it didn't dawn on me until Instagram really started taking off, and you see these parties and the atmosphere of a Penn State football game and being a part of that college. And man, that's probably one of the biggest regrets I have is I never went up there to have a good time.
Well, dude, Steve, look, I still go up every now and then for football games, dude. You gotta come.
I'd be the creepy uncle.
No, you bring your like now, like, you know.
My wife would love that.
Yeah, no,
where are you going tonight?
You bring her and the kid, like, for us tailgating. It's like a family thing. You know what I mean? Like Mike.
See, I think tailgate. I think getting drunk and throwing up by the end of the game.
I mean, that's what they're doing, but like,
that's the Philly way.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. To be honest, they tailgate so recklessly at Penn State that one year that the police brought a helicopter just to fucking try to push everyone out of a certain section, but. That was like such a dumb move because like grills are flying, dude. Like they brought this helicopter down so low. You were like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Holy shit, bro. how long you been and when did you graduate?
I graduated in 2016. So right before things.
Yeah, I'm a
hit
little
the
older
fan.
than you.
Like yeah. But like now, like partying at college is like kind of tough. Like we still had day-longs back then. You know, like you could just put up a fence, tarp it off, just have these huge fucking ragers. Now, Greek life has gotten in trouble a lot there. And, you know, kids have died. So
it's a shame.
it is.
Really.
Because of neglect from their brothers. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, if you, like.
Oh, that's like, you're talking frat talk by saying that when you say brothers.
Yeah. Just like the one.
Again.
No, you're good.
Not college educated.
Yeah,
I went to community.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, my bad.
You got to help me out with this.
My bad.
So when you say the neglect from their brothers, they're a part of a family of people and they're not doing right by
exactly.
them.
Like,
so then it messes up the whole.
Like what happened was like it was a big national story like a couple years ago, but this kid in Beta Theta Pi at Penn State, like he died, right? But what happened was he was getting like too hammered and he kept like falling down the stairs, and then his brothers like put him in the basement, and like they should have like brought him up to a room or something like that. You shouldn't have like put this kid in the basement. And then some of them were like kicking him to see if he was like alive or awake, and then he got like internal bleeding, and then he eventually passed away. And it was like that could have all been avoided if either you guys called an ambulance or someone was just put him in a room and like, you know, like not put him in the basement during a party. That's like no way to care for someone like that, you know?
Wow.
So yeah, it's like because of that. But they were like a rich frat, so no one has fucking a brain when you're that rich, I guess.
Yeah, well, and they're young too. I don't know. You factor in a lot of money and you factor in youth. Yeah. And you kind of feel like nothing can stop you. That's a bad combination.
It is. But they even have this law at Penn State now that's like if we're partying and I fucking am too fucking wasted and you can tell like I'm really scared, but we're not over 21. They have a law that's like you can call the police or the ambulance and you won't get in trouble. You know what I mean? Like because.
But I'm attending the party.
Yeah, we're both there. They know you're.
Am I underage?
Yeah. But like just for the sake of keeping
that's
this.
some weird shit.
Yeah, but like they're trying to avoid.
Holy shit, that's just Penn State.
Yeah, I think that's something they made it like a rule over there. I'm not sure about other colleges, but like the whole purpose was like if someone's fucked up and like on the break of dying, like you won't get in trouble because you're trying to just help out. You know what I mean?
So cops will come. Mm-hmm. There's underage people there getting high and drunk. Yeah. You say that's the kid I'm referring to. Mm-hmm.
And they'll just take that kid.
They grab him and they let you keep getting high?
Yeah, well, you're not like. Hopefully, you're not like smoking a doobie right in front of them. But like, yeah, they'll let the party continue on. You know.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's fair because these kids are gonna party anyway. You know.
It's like you're saving a life, but you're still not doing the right thing.
Well, you can't avoid.
See, this is the dad coming out.
Yeah.
Of me. Like I'm trying to picture my stepson or my daughter in a situation like that. I don't know if I'd be happy with the fact that authorities show up. They take care of the situation that's really bad right now.
Yeah.
But they don't put an end to the.
Well,
because where are you going to be in 3 hours when my daughter gets sick? Right?
What do you mean?
You're saying the underage people call for the one that looks like
they're fucked up real bad. Yeah.
But they take that person, they leave, and we all continue getting fucked up. But what about in 3-4 hours when I'm about to black out?
Yeah, but like, we're talking about like when someone is like really fucked up, Steve. You see them, you're like, you're smacking them a little bit, and you're like, nothing's like drawn of like, what I mean, like we've been all around like two hammered people. Like when this person's gonna be fine versus like.
Are you asking me? I grew up. I went to Phillies games my whole life.
Yeah,
of course.
So, yeah, exactly. So like you've seen like someone that's like too hammered versus someone's like, you're like, this guy might be dead. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference. Where if your friends if we drank all the time, I would know the difference between like Steve.
Oh, your tolerance.
Yeah, and like if you went too overboard, where it was like, okay, maybe water and rest isn't gonna fix this, but I'm afraid to call the police because I might get in trouble. Like this law lets me call them and like get you help without being in trouble as an under 21-year-old.
But.
They're just trying to avoid kids dying.
I get it. I get it. But this is my thing. Sometimes people are on medication.
Yeah.
They have a beer. They start slurring their speech. They look tired. That happens too.
Oh yeah.
So it's like I don't know.
It's just something that help. It's just like to avoid kids getting scared of asking for help in the time when they're participating in very dangerous activities.
You blame any of that on social media? How this is all heightened?
Yeah, I mean, but you can maybe like social media might take the partying to the extreme, but like kids are always partying, kids are always doing coke, like kids are always like down in Florida, they go pretty hard. So I think social media exacerbated it a little bit, made it more intensified, but I think people are always doing it. What I mean?
Yeah.
That's why there's such things as Pablo Escobar. There's always. Shit is always.
There's another level.
Yeah.
There's always another level.
Yeah.
I don't know. Years ago, I feel like now you hear about the ones that are intense. Whereas before it was just a conversation piece. Like, oh, when I was a kid, this happened. There was nowhere to look back on, like a TikTok video or something on YouTube. Now people are going to have these references forever. Which changes a lot.
Oh yeah.
That's what leads to these types of things that you're saying right now, where you can call a cop to a party for a certain situation. There has to be a name for it.
Yeah, I forget what it was, but like they're just trying to.
Wonder if they hit the pipe on the way out, or smash up an Adderall and snort it. That's what I'm saying. Like where do you draw the line? I want to know the specifics of this. You're allowing a cop to come to a party with underage kids. What if they're hooking up right on the couch and you got to get the person that's behind?
You just say,
I don't know.
Excuse me.
My daughter's not going to Penn State. I am turned off by this. It's supposed to be good. But I'm turned off by this.
Steve,
this is what I start thinking a million different situations.
Well, in that case, you can't let her go to any Big Ten college. You have to fucking do homeschooling.
Well, see, I didn't think I was going to be a dad like this. Now my daughter's starting to walk around, and you gotta let them fall. Yeah. You gotta let them explore. I'm chasing her all over the place. Be careful, don't. She's walking 3 feet. I'm the anal one.
Yeah,
my wife, she lets her go.
Because they're two women. They don't have any fucking sympathy.
Right.
You're like, this is my baby. Well, she's your stepdaughter, right? So it's not.
No, my daughter is my daughter, and I have a stepson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what. Okay, so yeah, that's like your baby. It's like they always say the love between a man and his daughter is like stronger than like anything else. So you don't.
You want a big family?
I used to think about not having kids because Like I get very intimidated about the way the world is. You know what I mean? And like how can you like juggle even raising a kid and then all the other influences of other stupid shitheads, like getting into this child, but now I kind of think like, that's you can't fucking just nix that whole idea because you're a little intimidated by other people, like, and like this is life, like everyone has to deal with that, right? Like even my parents had to worry about white people putting, like, not even white people, like just people in my neighborhood putting bad thoughts in my head, you know what I mean? But yeah, I would like to have a family, sometimes I think that's the only way you actually get satisfied in life.
I don't know. I mean, for me personally, it's like, of course I wanted a child because it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, that's
we're all built to reproduce. But there was a while, there was definitely a period in my life where I was like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people in our generation, a lot of them aren't, they don't live rational lifestyles to be a good parent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's like, it was like always the outside influence that would come on my kid that was always like, you know what I mean? Like kind of scary, but you can only try to raise them as well as possible. And then
how old are you?
I'm 29. I'm turning 30 next month. So
yeah, see, I never wanted a kid before I was 30.
Yeah.
I never wanted marriage before I was 30. These are things that I knew at a very young age. I used to say it all the time.
Yeah.
Those aren't even decisions that I'm even going to think about till I get older.
Yeah.
I lived. I got zero regrets.
Yeah.
Now I look back at those times in my life, I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Right.
And stand up is just, that's a lifestyle in itself.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing that stand up as a parent comes with a lot of sacrifice.
Oh yeah. Tell me about that. Like what is that about? Like what sacrifices?
Well, I could be with my daughter right now. I decided to come up before the gig and do this with you. No,
yeah,
really.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it ain't. I'm not trying to come off like, oh.
No. I'm not. I don't take it that way.
It's just my daughter's not going to be that little forever.
Yeah.
So it's like everything I do now, I gotta think if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that, dude. There's like at the place I work, Philly Shipyard, like some people are from like Mexico and they work up here, but their family is still in Mexico. So like, I really see that struggle sometimes. It's like, sometimes you have to grind or whatever it is, and you got that little baby, and you only get that time once.
Yep.
So it's like very tough on your soul, but you also love what you do, so it's like,
Yeah, I don't want her to watch this one day and say, you piece of shit. You went across from the college you dropped out at and talked with this guy with fake sunglasses on, drinking beer at 3 o'clock. Like, this is the shit I think about.
We're doing a good thing for you, all right? What's her name? Alexandria. We're doing a productive thing right now, okay? It might not look productive, but it's very productive after our edit.
The 7-Eleven's coffee's dog shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Slop.
I love living on top of a 7-Eleven, first of all, because I'm brown. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking feels like home.
Oh, I love...
Go ahead.
Can I...
Yeah.
Guilty pleasure?
Uh-huh.
I think 7-Eleven, their pizza when I'm drunk...
Out of the oven thing?
No.
Or like the freezer?
Slices.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, out of like their, like, yeah.
When you're hammered, like really drunk, and there's a 7-Eleven, that's like one of my vices. I can't believe I enjoy it. Like a disgrace to Italians.
It's like funny.
Like, oh my God, I really like this.
Yeah, no, that's disgusting because I have my friend at work, Alex. We literally was talking about this, and he was like, I ate that pizza one time, and he had the worst diarrhea. And does it kill you inside, or
no? When I gotta be. What's it happen now? Maybe once every year and a half. But yeah, it's weird if I see. Wawa has some stuff that I like. If I crazy. Yeah, I can't believe it. If I'm really banged up, like after a night of drinking with my boys, I love Wawa meatballs. Like that's crazy. Listen to what I'm saying. Like that's a disgrace for who I am. That's a disgrace.
Have you ever told your mom this?
No. In fact, you're editing this. You don't know you're editing this. You told me before that it's not live, that we could chop some of it out. I don't know if I want this.
Mrs. Rinaldi, your boy over here.
My mom's actually not the cook in the family. My dad is.
Oh, wow. Mr. Rinaldi's going to come with that belt, dude.
My mother, growing up, cleaned constantly. From the time she woke up in the morning till I went to bed at night. Everything was immaculate. Clean, clean, clean.
That's how
my
mom
dad
is.
loves cooking.
Yeah.
So he always cooked. Good cook, too. But, you know, traditional families, you think your mother's cooking,
Yeah.
your father works, and, but yeah.
No, that's good.
My
'cause
dad's the cook in the family.
Your dad fuels your mom to clean, basically.
I never looked at it like that. You might strike her eyes out at her if you say that publicly. I don't know if we're keeping that in either. I don't know.
That's the
We're
best
on a
joke
roll
I
right
made
now.
so far. I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
keep it.
We're turning into two sexist pigs.
No. It's all no. We come from very what do you call it? Like very like old school backgrounds.
Well,
you know
your
what I mean?
culture, family's everything, right?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
Just,
That's what I mean.
Just like mine.
Yeah. So Italian, Indian people is like very heavy on it.
The only difference is with I feel like with Italian Americans more than most other cultures, especially in this region, like the Northeast,
sure.
aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Like I know sometimes when my family's around other people and they're talking, I'm just like putting my head down because they're so loud and animated, saying shit to each other, which perfectly normal to me.
Yeah.
But when you get exposed to the outside, like I moved to Chicago, I moved to New York. It wasn't until I moved away from this Northeast pocket where I was like, man, my family's
Yeah.
fucked
But
up.
do you not think like maybe just everyone from the Northeast is a little bit more aggressive? Like, you know what I mean?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think because
You grew up.
yeah, just like 40 minutes out of
Oh,
Philly.
okay.
Yeah. And like I feel like when I meet Indian people from other places, I feel like I have to tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Bhav, chill. You're coming off as too much, you know? So I feel like it's just, and especially we're in Philly, you know?
How'd you feel about upstate New York?
I felt, well, the thing was, I didn't feel any type of like way like I didn't fit in or anything, but like I was just so displaced from like from down here. It was like 5 hours to drive to my parents' house, 3 hours to Penn State. So I was like always driving every weekend, but like it was pretty cool. I mean, we built trains. I worked at Alstom, manufactured trains.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so it was like pretty chill. And then the guy who lived in
My grandfather's a retired conductor.
oh, dude, that's like fucking every child's
Tough,
dream.
tough life.
Yeah.
You know?
Why is that?
I mean, he was up every morning, 3:30 in the morning.
The hours.
He would come home 2:00 in the afternoon once he's, you know, and he would travel all over.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, let's see, if my grandfather's going to be 90 in February and he retired at 60, it was a different generation.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
But what I found remarkable about how he fell into that, he says he was in high school. I'm guessing this is in the 50s. And he wanted a job with a good retirement plan. And at 18, he became a conductor.
Wow.
I wish I had that kind of sense. I became a comic. Where's my 401k? Here's my 401k right now. Here's
My Bud Light. Yeah, dude, that's some crazy foresight to have as a young man to be like, well, you know, that's. I wonder who put that thought in his head. You know, I wonder if like, cause
what he's seen.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, he was around a lot of street guys back then. Probably seen a lot of old people that had gambling problems and went broke. To me, that's the scariest thing.
Have you been around a lot of that?
I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen guys with gambling problems or
See,
that die with nothing. That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary to be an older person and not have the energy. You know, I mean, I didn't think this podcast was going to turn that direction.
No,
but
it's okay. It's okay.
you know, I don't know what the end result is with this comedy shit. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Who would have thought 10 years ago that this would be so normal?
Yeah, like we would, but like not even normal. Like we kind of have to do this.
Well, now content and podcasting and staying relevant virtually
Yeah.
probably just as, if not more important than showing up to the clubs and doing the hang.
Yeah.
Because the hang and showing up is 90% of it.
Yeah. It's like, I struggle with it because editing takes so much of my time, and it's like, I want to hang, but I'm like, I know I have to edit. Like when I first started the Bobcast last year, I filmed 40 episodes, and then I was like, oh, I have to edit all these, and it was taking me weeks to edit one episode, and it was like, then I got like people were making jokes with me, like, oh, Bob, I'll see this next year, you know what I mean? And then when it came time to it, I was like, oh, this is fucking next year, dude. I was like, oh,
you need
no.
to hire somebody and get a rich wife. That's the move.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing was with that, now since we're not blacking out every episode, I feel like more comfortable. Like I could give it to someone to edit, but those ones back then, like some of them we were blacking out after like 5-6 hours, and it was like the shit we were
blacking out, like getting drunk and
yeah,
high?
like not even remembering.
You're
Like
you don't even remember. You don't even remember what you were saying.
yeah, some of them like so then those.
Who was your first guest?
My very Sam Bansner. You know him? He's a young comic, but like we did 4 hours and fucking we were like pretty hammered, and I remember like the second half we were like talking like now we're wearing Christmas hats for some reason. I don't even know where I have Christmas hats in the apartment, and we're fucking predicting the future. Like we're like COVID just happened, and we're predicting what's happening. It got real fucking crazy.
Oh, it all started during COVID.
Yeah, like this is what 2023, right? So yeah, when did COVID happen? 22?
21, right?
Oh,
2020.
Oh.
March 2020.
Okay.
I remember I boarded a plane 5 days before the shutdown, coming home from the Columbus Funny Bone.
Oh, and did you kill?
I did okay.
I love that
did
honesty.
No, I talked about this before online and on a podcast about how I felt like for a while my act was very regional to Philly.
Yeah.
And that's why I think doing the road is so important.
I agree.
You have to. You get stuck in this weird pocket. I got a lot of local work the next couple months, and I'm very grateful for that because a lot of comics would kill to work the 8 clubs as an opener, middle, whatever chance they get. I'm always grateful for it, but you got to be careful too.
Yeah.
Because then you just get stuck in that Philly rut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to do the road. You have to.
That's all I actually want to do is the road and travel. Like I got into comedy because I've been working since I've been a child, and I never got to travel. I've always had a good personality, and like I've done like a comedy competition in my youth, and I didn't win, but I got like crowd vote, whatever it was. But it was like for like 1,000 people, you know, and I had that crowd rolling.
Wow.
And it was like, I know I have the skill. I just have to like fucking find where my kickflip is almost, you know, but like comedy can take you around, and you can like meet like the people of like the actual people of like that area rather than like you know, like the rich people or whatever. Like
what's cool about stand-up comedians, in my observation, at least the ones I've been exposed to, regardless of the level, they're the closest type of person to a regular person.
Yeah.
Like even if they're stars, the comedians are normal people.
I agree.
Because I kind of feel like to be a great comic, you have to expose so much of yourself.
Yeah,
to
like
really, you got that honesty factor.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you feel like you know them.
Yeah.
You know, it just started happening to me recently. Oh, how's your baby doing? Or how's your stepson? Like people listen to the material I'm doing, and I'm just talking about my life.
Yeah.
You know. I never got into politics, religion. That just wasn't me.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes like I'm not smart enough to talk about politics because I don't watch a lot of news or follow it.
I'm that way too.
Yeah, and like
it's like, what do you want my opinion about it for anyway? I don't know what I'm talking about.
And religion is like I'll talk about, but I know religion makes a lot of people uncomfortable, so I choose the spaces that I talk about religion. You know what I mean? I pick and choose those battles, but like at the end of the day, like it's never malicious. That's what I know. Like I never talk about religious in a malicious way because I know some people hold on to it so hard. Like you can talk about like their wife ignorantly, and the guy won't care. But if you talk about his religion ignorantly, he'll fucking want to fight
Certain
you.
people.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. So that
Certain people, yeah.
and my parents, like at least like especially with Islam, they always tell me like, Bhav. Like even my mom, when she watches it, she gonna be like, "Why did you even say this?"
Oh, she watches it?
Oh yeah, she watches the podcast.
Oh Jesus, I'm so sorry.
No.
I hope I didn't say. Now I gotta think. You got me in my head again.
No, you're fine. Like she was like, they always say like, don't say anything about them because it's just like, don't do it. But I say,
Yeah, I worry about that sometimes, like with South Philly spots and with this. I try not to be in my. I want it to be real, like me and you talking right now.
Yeah.
It's like we would be if we bumped into each other at a comedy show, like we always do.
yeah.
Just catch up and shoot the shit. Talk. I like talking comedy. I don't know if that's a lot of comedians don't like doing that when they do these.
Yeah, I mean, I let it like I don't force it. I just kind of let it like kind of go.
But then again, even if it does center around comedy and what we talk about as comics, I don't know if I want my mother sitting in on those conversations.
I know, but like when you're raised Indian, you live two lives. Like you live this life that you present to your parents, and then you live this life you present to your friends. And I always
Do you keep one shut to the other? Or you could, or they expose.
You keep the one that you expose to your friends shut to your parents.
Oh.
They can't understand the wild man you are. But like now that I'm in this zone and I'm following this career path, I made it special, like known to my mom. Like I don't want to hide the Bhav. Like you have to take both. Like the engineering son that you have that's productive is the same guy that does this. You can do both, and I want to be one guy. And that goes back to your thing where like comedians are normal people, like because I want to be this guy consistently in life, and that carries over to the stage. I don't want to be playing this act. You know what I mean? Like this is just the Bhav. We just out here living.
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
You know,
I kind of when I'm around, especially as I get older, I'm seeing it's difficult to be around. I call them normal people.
yeah, civilians.
Because comics, even if they have day jobs,
Yeah.
and they do this on a part-time basis, or they might do them both full-time, whatever their story is,
Yeah.
I feel like they understand you.
Oh yeah.
But like a normal 9-to-5 guy or someone running a business or went to school and they're out there hustling, making money, doing something that involves some sort of paying your dues, and this is the way it works, and
Oh yeah.
this is how you get there. When I meet those types of people, you know,
They don't get it.
oh, they don't
I
understand.
think entrepreneurs are the closest ones because when you start a business, and let's take comedy as a business.
They understand you.
Yeah, because
they do.
They have to we have to hop through so many hoops just to do comedy, and just for them to get their business off the ground, they have to do all these extra things too. Like when I decided let's do a podcast, I didn't know I had to design a fucking background. You know what I mean? Like just shit like that. And I feel like they do, but like the average 9-to-5er, I agree. Like they look at what we do and they think it's like sometimes easy. And I'm like, oh, bruh.
There's so much. There's so much that involves being a stand-up that people don't understand. Like I think it looks like it's a lot of fun most of the time, but a lot of times it sucks. Yeah. Like trying to get people to like you, blending in.
I know.
Getting paid sometimes could be awkward. The travel.
The travel is probably like the easiest.
Taking gigs you know you're not going to enjoy. Dealing with bookers that are assholes.
Or like fucking.
How about comedy clicks?
Oh yeah.
You know. I thought that stopped as you move up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm doing this 11 years now. I'm thinking it stops. Like eventually that clicking, it don't go away, bro.
It don't.
It don't go away.
I'm waiting for some click to accept me, but till then I'm like.
No, I consider myself a little bit of an outsider
Yeah.
still. But everybody always, I mean,
I think
at
that's
least
the
to my
best.
face,
Yeah.
they always did respect me.
Yeah.
I felt like, but like the other night I was at Helium and I got exposed to something that really pissed me off, and it got me fired up. I seen a comic from out of town. God bless you.
Thank you.
I seen a comic from out of town. He walked up, and he definitely was, by the look at him,
Okay.
An outrageous character.
Mm-hmm.
So comedians, of course, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this guy? You
Yeah.
know, you're going to.
Yeah.
But at least from my class of comics, this is a decade ago.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking like I'm an old man, my class. But what I'm used to is, yeah, you say, whoa, this guy looks wacky.
Uh-huh.
But you're at least going to let them get up there and see what they got.
Yeah.
See if they're funny or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just didn't like that he walked up, they judged him. They were talking shit about him. He gets on the stage. The minute he touches the mic, fucking taking pictures of him. Like, let him tell.
Yeah.
At least give him a chance to tell his act.
Yeah.
Before you judge somebody.
Yeah. No, I
Like,
agree.
that's some like high school bullshit, bro. Like, it's part of the game.
It is. And I've always said
it don't die. You hope that it dies down.
it's never gonna die down. And I've talked to comics in like other from other cities, and they have like kind of the same problems. And it's a shame because like I sometimes used to think I was like always struggling to fit in with like the cool kids, right? But like all comics are actually like losers in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like you weren't like the athlete, you weren't like the cool musician. Like you're out there, like you're the jester, you're the clown of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Of your own group?
Of life. You know what I mean? So like and then when you make it, like when you reach an astronomical level, now you're cool. But like,
well, making it, I don't know if I agree with all that because making it to you might be different than making it to me.
well, okay, let's just say whatever your level of making is making it, but still at this end of the day, like you're the clown of society. So it's like when we put down other comedians, I'm like, it's like if a fat person makes fun of a fat person. It's like, what are you doing? You know, this is like your comrade. Unless they do something to fucking piss you off, then you can have beef. But like, I don't know. I would do Raven when I first started, and fucking everyone would.
The Raven Lounge?
Yeah.
It's still around?
Yeah, of course. But like when I first started, everyone would just.
Wait, let's go back to I'm a clown? Is that what's going on
we're
here?
all clowns, dude.
I've really never looked at it.
Yeah, we're all like. You got to think about this.
As a performer.
As a performer.
You are a comedy pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're something to bring entertainment.
I guess I see your point,
Yeah.
but it does make me uncomfortable.
Okay. I bring it to you in this sense
I definitely see your point.
Yeah. When old Indian men talk about comics.
if someone came up to me and said you're a clown,
Yeah.
I'd be like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
But in this conversation, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah. It's like it's not supposed to be an insult. Like when sometimes I'll call engineers nerds and they'll get offended with me, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm a nerd too.
IT, right?
Yeah, I do.
That happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, but I'm like, you all like it's what you are. Like don't like you can't like I'm not saying it in like a mean way. I'm just saying it as an.
So you're saying like
I'm saying we're nerds. We gotta go fix this
Ashton
shit.
Kutcher will never play an IT executive in a movie?
No, he can. He's like an actor. But I'm saying like what you do. Like you're a comic. You're a clown. Like I'm like an engineer. I'm a nerd. Like these are things like are just synonyms of what you are. You know what I mean? They're like it's not an insult. It's just a different title.
I wonder if you Googled that though, if they would come up the same.
What? Google what? We can do it.
Comic and clown. I don't agree with that argument.
All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna type in synonyms.
I find that quite insulting.
I don't think you should find it insulting.
Is that weird? Maybe I got something wrong with me.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly because
That's like a weird insecurity.
yeah, because there are some.
Because I know it's coming from a good place. It ain't
Yeah.
like you're trying to bust my balls.
Yeah, because I'm a comedian as well. It'd be weird if I wasn't a comedian, then I was calling you a clown, right? But I'm taking on the same label, so. But let me look it up. Synonyms for comedian. It's got to be in there. Let's see. Comic, funny man, funny woman, comedian, comedy actor. Now that's got to be the same thing as a clown, huh? Comedy actor. They're just not saying it. Humorist, gangster. Now that's far. Stand-up, Tumblr, and then faceur. And then similar, Joker, jester, wit, wag, comic. You know what I mean? So
Well, now if you Google jester,
you would definitely get clown.
I think a clown will pop up.
Yeah.
So guess what? You're doing straight facts. pulling out the Wikipedia over here.
Well, I just, I want you to see it as like coming
Yeah.
from a place of like, I'm in the same boat. You know what I mean? It's not a place of I'm insulting you or anything.
Yeah.
We're in the same sinking ship, homie.
I don't think it's that. I like the ship.
Yeah, I'm not just.
I'm thinking it's a plane, but it might be crashing.
Okay, so can I ask you something? You have this. You also do a podcast with Dom Herrera. I always struggle to say this guy's last name. It's like it's like, what is he also Italian?
He is.
How did you guys link up? I think that's very interesting.
Dom was my favorite comic when I started. So when I was a kid, my dad, my family, my grandparents, everybody knew who Dom Herrera was. He was like the South Philly, in South Philly, big fan base.
Is he from down here?
He's got, I don't want to speak on the record of saying he's from South Philly, but he has South Philly ties.
Okay, cool.
But he was my favorite stand-up. Still is my favorite stand-up. I think pound for pound, Dom at his peak is probably the best club comic.
Yeah, he's
ever
like one of the goats.
Touch a microphone.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wow.
Yeah, so he's a legend, in my opinion. And it's like I was at Helium one night, and one of the managers asked me if I had anything going on, and I was booked already. And he said, "You want to open for Dom?" And I canceled that booking, and I opened for Dom Herrera. And for me, that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Everybody I knew came out.
I love that.
I had a lot of support from South Philly people, people I grew up with. And then I stayed in touch. And then when he came back and he did the Tropicana, I opened for him at a 2,000-seat theater.
Nice.
And then he came back again. So we kept working together. And then the last time he was back, I just threw the idea out to him. The guy that was producing my other podcast, Brian, who produces Yo Dom now, I got him together with all of us, like Dom's manager and me and Dom.
Yeah.
And he said it. He's like, yo, why don't we all jump on a call? Maybe we can make this happen. I think I could put a quality show together where you guys just log in virtually coast to coast.
Yeah.
And what is it? About a year, like 15 months later, we're up to like 30 episodes.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. Now, to me, like, dude, like,
I don't know who your favorite comic is.
well,
But this is my thing.
Yeah.
I am not a star. I am not a headliner yet
Yeah.
in A clubs. I haven't reached many of my goals in comedy. We all have different goals.
Yeah.
But what I've learned is if you take one thing at a time, you'll be happy.
Yeah.
And, Dom, I got voicemails from my favorite comedians.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fucking
so
wild.
crazy.
He knows my daughter's name.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to say, like, like when you guys like first started like hooking up like this, like, and he's your favorite guy, like, is that kind of like intimidating? Like, did you almost like, I don't know, like, I feel like I would be like a little insecure, like, you know what I mean, to say the wrong thing or just take the wrong step.
Yeah, I had my moments. Definitely. Even now, sometimes I talk to him and like I might say something and I'm a maniac like that. I'll start overthinking it. But I'm friends with a lot of my favorite comedians. Like Brett Ernst was one of my favorites.
Oh, that's what's up.
And now me and Brett are friends. So and then I think going up in New York and being around all these top-notch guys all the time, being exposed to them.
Yeah.
And now people that I cross paths with on the come up are becoming big stars. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, fucking unbelievable how Shane, how big of a deal Shane Gillis is.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing, him develop here in Philly, and he was always such a nice guy. Always the funniest
Oh, yeah.
fucking dude. Always. From what I remember.
Yeah. I mean, I did a
I'm
show.
not speaking on behalf of the whole. I'm just saying, from what I remember, Shane
Yeah.
was always one of the funniest guys and a real dude, and it's just awesome to see that shit.
Yeah, dude. It's like,
It's
it's like when I did a show with Shane in like maybe 2000. 18 or something like that, and we did it in Lansdale in this like fucking little underground room, maybe like 25 seats. Like I brought like 17 of the 18 people that were there because it was in Lansdale, like my hometown. And man, he smashed it. And then, but like that was the act that he was working on for like Live from Austin that he put out his first one. But it put a lot of things in perspective for me. It put in like your act that you like the act that you make in your first 5 years never really goes away if it's like a forever act. Like if it's really down to who you are and what's your story, that's like never going to change. And his like first act was about like his sister and all that, you know what I mean, like family shit. And that's like one thing, like you can keep certain jokes forever if they're really good. And the second thing that I learned from him was like it's tangible. It happens to people all around us, you know, like you can make it. It's like it's not impossible, you know. Like just the other day, I was in the
but he was always the fucking
but like
funniest. I mean, I'm not shattering on anybody's dream. Like it's great that you get that perspective out of it. But man, he was. I remember him always being good.
Yeah, he's been.
Don't
great.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
You got a shitty crowd. You're not gonna. But Shane always had good shit, you know, based on what I remember.
Yeah, but like you know, like Sebastian Maniscalco, I always butcher his fucking last name.
Maniscalco, yeah.
Maniscalco, yeah, but like he tells a story about he didn't make it until like maybe 18 years in, right? So as long as you stick with it, work on the fundamental skills, you should come out.
But what's making it? You're talking about fame, money. I think
to me it is where when I can quit my engineering job. And I can just be a comic. To me, that's making it. When I can support my lifestyle with just doing comedy, so I can open up that extra 40 hours of my.
I got 2 sources of income right now. One of them's comedy.
Yeah.
My wife don't work, and I have 2 kids.
Yeah, that's challenging. You know what I mean?
I think
you
can make the argument that I'm doing all right. You know, and again, that's opinionated. I'm not a headliner yet. I haven't been on TV show, you know.
Right.
It's very subjective.
Yeah.
That's why we were talking in the beginning about a higher power. You gotta really think about what you want.
Oh yeah,
and
I
be
agree.
specific on what you put out there. Even on a show like it, be specific on what you want.
Yeah.
Like I asked you before we started taping, you handed me these. You said there's a story behind. I didn't know if it was because the cops are watching or what. You want to cover up my face? But you said, ideally, I'd like to get a sunglass. I think that's genius.
Thank you.
That's genius. You know what you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a condom over my head. We're going to get Trojan to back us up.
I would love that, dude. You go grab some from the back.
but real talk.
No, yeah.
You gotta be specific on what you want.
I totally agree with
like
that.
I would love a TV show. I know that's insane.
No, that's not insane. Like it's not at all. Like you know,
like South Philly Spots,
Yeah.
that show I do on YouTube that you're aware of.
Yeah.
It ain't crushing it or nothing. But it's unique to me and the guy I do it with, Richie. It's unique to what we know.
Yeah, and it's your home.
Well, we like to show Philly the way we know Philly.
Yeah.
So I think we're up to like 22, 23 episodes. I don't know if you've watched any of them.
I've watched like here and there some, you know what I mean? Just
But
like
I mean,
how we talked about before.
if you run through it, it's like what I like about it is when people watch it, they're like, "Man, I want to go there."
Yeah.
That's a win when you hear shit like that.
I totally agree.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Like when you watch shows like this, you want people to be like, "I want to hang out with these guys. Give me a pair of sunglasses, some shrooms or whatever." I'm not on them. He might be. Giggle.
Yeah, dude. I know, dude. I mean, making it like to everyone is a little different. Me personally, I would like to center my career around comedy and voiceover and animation. That's why I created Jewel Boy, like this fucking cartoon that I made that. The algorithm held me down. Like you see this is like one of the characters, but that's like where my dream aligns at, like comedy and voiceover for animation, because I feel like I have a unique voice, and animation is where a lot of money is at for fucking money.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, children's animation, dude. Like think about this. Now you have a child. She's gonna fall in love with her favorite Disney princess or whatever, and she's gonna next time a movie comes out. She's going to be like, "Dad, can we go?" You see it once. "Dad, can we go?" You see it twice. When does it fucking stop? until your heart is like.
Well, I'll tell you what. The only time I calm my daughter down is if I'm playing Elmo. That's it.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. Her son's out to school. I want to hook up with my wife. I know I got to put Elmo on to keep her focused.
So you know what I mean? Elmo has fucking ownership over your life a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's what I just want to be like one of those.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
they got something. You know? Was it a dirty cartoon or it was?
No, it wasn't like sexual dirty, but it was about jewels. You know, like the things that people smoke. So it was like PG-13.
Yeah.
It was not like it's not for like a baby. But you know, that's like I was like, no one's gonna give me that opportunity right off the bat. So let me just go ahead and fucking make a cartoon, which was very exhausting. But now I've had the experience. So it's like,
that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, it's like, you know, just.
You should keep with it. You said that it pushed you back.
Well, the thing, just animation is a lot of work. I don't want to get into animating. I rather get into writing the script and doing the actual voiceover of the characters. But animating is a very time-consuming process, which I'm already like editing this podcast is already one type of animating. So it's like, you know, I've only got so many hours. And when I was editing the fucking 40 episodes, I was taking a lot of time off stand-up, and I was like, the podcast is supposed to complement stand-up. You cannot just. So you have to find the beautiful balance.
That's always been the struggle. That's always been the struggle. Mm-hmm. It's like now I'm seeing from getting into all the A clubs.
Yeah.
It's like, at what point do you start pulling back a little bit and focusing on really 90% of it building a brand?
Yeah.
Because that's what you need.
I know.
They need to know you from this show. They need to know me from South Philly spots or Yo Don, like using it as an example.
Yeah.
These might not be what it is, but you got to keep hacking at the tree with that right now. That's just what it is.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a pain in the ass, but we'll do it, dude. Let's see. Like, it's almost approaching 5:30. I have some like actual things I want to get to before I get you out of here, because Steve and I both are doing comedy tonight because this is what we do. So let me ask you something, dude. Fucking, how do you feel about the Phillies? What happened here?
I think their bats got cold, and I don't think in the major leagues that a Major League Baseball player should be trying to hit the ball out of the park every time. Oh. And I kind of felt like, based on the last two games I watched in that Arizona series, that they were all trying to crush the ball out of the park.
I felt like there was no strategy.
And Major League Baseball, you gotta play the small game. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't know. I know they want. It was exciting when they're knocking balls out of the park and they're beating people by 6-7 runs. It's like, oh, these guys are unbelievable. But, bro, that's not reality. It's like boom, 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 boom. Like, none of you guys are on steroids. Most of you are probably snorting Adderall in the at Philly Live across the street at the bar. Yeah, that's right. I said it publicly. You know, it's like, why you... And no one said... Like, they don't need to kill every ball they're swinging at. They should... I don't know. That's my... current thought on it.
Okay, I agree.
But I ain't no sports anchor. You don't see me on ESPN. I'm on a couch with you.
Yeah. No, we're still also a week hot off of it, all right, guys?
Yeah, I'm very temperamental right now.
You know what killed me in Game 6? What's that one gentleman's name? Strawberg? I always pronounce his last name wrong. The bigger fella. Kyle Strawberg, maybe? Schwarber. I always fucking say his last name. I'm not good with last names. And, he, in that sixth fucking game, maybe like in the 5th to 7th inning, he got on base, and then he decides to steal. And I was like, bro,
He's a husky boy.
I was like, bro, you know your body type. You know what you're here for.
I don't know. They might have told him to steal the coaches. Okay. You think he just went for it?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Like a Wawa hoagie. That's disgraceful. I should have never said that. I'm bitter.
Yeah, okay, maybe I didn't know about the whole coaches telling them to run. Okay, I thought it was. I don't know.
Oh, you're not big on baseball.
Yeah,
but you were just watching.
Yeah. So okay, maybe.
Were you at a bar in Manayunk?
I just was right here, just like editing and getting a high. And
I can't believe you watched it at home. You're a single, good-looking guy. You make good money. How can you not watch watch a Phillies game at a Philly bar.
Can I tell
you?
You
would have
Steve,
cleaned up.
I know, but Steve, can I tell
Come
you?
on, I'm trying to.
I know.
I want to hear these stories.
I know,
The
but
people do.
I know they'll get them all happy. But last year, Steve, I came out of a 7-year relationship, and I realized, I was half-assing that relationship and this thing that we're doing. And if I really want to do this thing, I might have to put women on the back burner for at least a year or a year and a half. Like, get it out. You know what I mean? There's always going to be another baseball season next year.
The better you get at this, the less you have to chase after anybody.
Exactly.
What ends up happening is the more successful you get, people just come into your life.
Yeah, and it's like
that's what I've came to realize with anything in
it's
life.
completely true.
And then when you meet the right person, like me with my wife, there's no better feeling in the world.
Yeah,
I mean, of course, my kids, and
as long as you're if you're like struggling with the thing that you want to do, and you're not like putting off a good energy while you're doing it, it's a really detriment to your relationship. So I was like, if I'm constant, like this weekend I'm recording 2 podcasts, I have 1 show, so it's like I don't actually have time for a woman this weekend, and it's unfair to that woman. You know what I mean? Just to get into something.
I have 2 shows. I did a podcast. Honey, I have plenty of time for you. I have plenty of time for you, honey. God damn it, I'm not taking him anywhere.
No, Steve, take me.
Another in it.
No, I love you, Steve.
You gotta work. What do you mean you don't have time for it? Of course you do.
No,
you make time. You sleep less.
I know, but like, I feel like in the beginning,
you drink a Red Bull.
In the beginning of a relationship, you have to put like a little bit more energy in. You know what I mean? When you guys are first starting.
Show her what you are from the get go. This way, it's not bullshit.
Okay, all right.
You put too much time in up front. Dude, we do work our balls off.
Yeah.
Not a lot of women can date comics.
That's what I mean. It becomes like
because especially in the beginning, financially, it makes no sense. You're an artist. You're an artist. Most of us pop off. You think of famous painters, architects. You hear about them in books years after the fact, but at the time, they're not cleaning up.
Yeah, they're not. It's crazy. But I'm gonna
400 or 500 years from now, they'll be watching this.
I hope so.
These guys are creating art.
This guy was getting no ass. Why? Yeah. But I'm gonna get on it. Don't worry. I want to find love. Don't you worry. Let me ask you something. As someone you were born in Philadelphia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know that. I don't know why. I got nervous to ask for something. What's the best cheesesteak in this city, dude?
Very subjective.
I know, but
I got so many.
All right, give me your top 3.
I got so many. I don't want to leave nobody out.
Okay, if you're just
John's roast pork, Angelo's, Phillips steaks. I like Avenue steaks. I like Argan steaks. There's a nice place called Steak 'em Up. Great cheesesteaks. Celebrys has great cheesesteaks. Dude, you can't miss in this city, bro.
Okay.
You can't miss.
That's what I've always said. All the cheesesteaks
can't
are
miss.
good. Yeah.
You can't miss. They all bring something. There's this place, Gazzo's in Pottstown, Dynamite. Dude, you can't miss in this city.
Pat's or
This
Gino's.
is the place to get cheesesteaks. you know.
Yeah. Pat's or Gino's if you had to.
I think they both have their own product. And, what I like to do is I like to get a cheesesteak from Pat's. And then I like to get the cheese fries across the street at Gino's.
Oh.
This way my seating options expand. And then if I'm really hungry, I do the same thing backwards. Okay. Dude, I'm a gavone. That's why I got to go on diets, because my problem is portion control.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of America's problem.
I ate today with my wife at 12:30. But when I have the 2-show night, a lot of times before I hit the road, I stop and get a sandwich or two. And it's not good late at night.
I don't like. You're saying you get the sandwich before or after?
I like to eat after the show.
I agree, because I don't like to go on stage.
Or I'll eat at the second show at the club, because you get to eat.
Yeah. All right, Steve. I like to play this one game before I get everybody out of here. It's called the Blizzard game. Oh, Jesus. What was that?
Shit's breaking.
You know what that was?
What?
It was a fucking bullet casing. I shot a fucking big gun the other weekend.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah, and they gave you the casing.
Oh, that's dope.
This could kill a fucker.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the Blizzard game. Have you ever eaten at a Dairy Queen at all?
Have I ever ate at one? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you know what a Blizzard is. We usually start with this middle one because everyone knows the middle one because the episodes have been out. But, you get 3 chances to get all these right. And if you don't, you lose. You can take off the sunglasses, too, because that kind of helps. Color is important here. So go ahead.
This is a birthday cake.
I fucked you up now.
A cupcake?
No, I'm not going to count that as a guess because birthday cake and cupcake are pretty similar. Think about this. This is a type of... Nah, I'll let you get one more before I give you a hint.
Cookie?
Close. More like on the line of crackers. Blank cracker blizzard.
Strawberry?
No.
Bro.
One more.
Bro.
Blank cracker blizzard.
Like a brand of something?
Yeah, think about it. It's almost like you get in the grocery store, blank cracker blizzard. Blank crackers. That's where
Graham cracker.
Close. Graham crackers aren't like this color. Come on. You're there. Almost there. Blank cracker.
Man, if there's cracker in it, I think I deserve a W with that one. Bro, I don't know.
You're going to just lose on the first round?
Yeah.
Animal cracker.
That's not... And a pink animal cracker?
Frosted animal cracker.
Come on. See, that's horseshit. If there wasn't the pink shit, that one shouldn't count, bro.
All right, fine. Okay, I'll let you go. Because I like you so much, I'll let you go to round 2.
All right, yeah. I mean, that's mint chocolate chip.
And what are these little guys?
Brownie.
Yeah, there you go. Mint chocolate chip brownie. Can you give me this one?
That's like an Oreo chocolate.
Okay, I'll give you that one. The one behind the Jordan.
That's a Reese's.
And there's 2 types of candies in there.
There's a Reese Pieces and Reese's.
Good. Okay. It's called a Reese's Extreme.
And then the one on the end,
Yeah,
I think I see a Kit Kat in there. Or a Snicker.
Oh, Steve, look at you. You won. You won, Steve.
Bruh, look, I got the side tick to prove that I'm a professional in this shit. This is good.
Yeah, man.
That's a dope game.
Yeah,
but you usually do it high with your guests,
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
yeah,
I mean, you got the munchies. Those days are behind me, bro.
To be honest,
I'm like see, that's the other thing you're gonna notice as you're still younger than me. You're gonna notice that when you're first starting out in comedy, you want to be the party.
Yeah.
But as you get older, some of the comics you're going to connect with are the ones that after the show, they just want to smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
They don't want to drink. They want to go to bed. They want to FaceTime their wife. They want to FaceTime their daughter.
No, I get that, dude. I partied hard in
college.
college.
In my 20s,
yeah,
a comedy show was an all-night event.
Yeah. Not for me. I got into comedy after my huge partying phase. So it was like, I don't want to be that blacked out monster at an open mic that I used to be in my frat at college. It's a 2 different person thing.
Yeah.
It's 2 different identities that I had. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
But all right, Steve, thank you for coming through.
Oh, man, this was fun.
Let's get a cheers. You know what I mean? You can cheers with your coffee.
Yeah, I didn't get to the beer.
It's all right, brother.
I like to drink at the show,
Totally get that, man. Tell the people in that camera where to find you on shit.
Steve Rinaldi Comedy.com.
Okay.
Has everything.
Hell yeah. I'll put it up here.
Podcast, South Philly spots, my Instagram, my Facebook. I post my shows and stuff, but yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed the show, so
thanks for coming
cool
through.
to hang out.
Yeah, dude. This was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Peace out.
See you later.